have more coffee table books than any one person could possibly need, but here we are. Every now and then I like to rotate the coffee table books out for maybe different themes or different editions that I have, and it's sort of just a fun way to showcase books. But in addition to that, I'm actually doing a little scientific experiment that I'm going to be sharing with you. So there is a little secret strategy going on behind the books that I'm selecting for this, but all you need to know, my friend, is that you and I are going to go over what books are going to be on the coffee table for the next, I don't know, a couple of weeks, couple of months, whenever I feel like it, you know, because I do what I want and it's my coffee table, so no one can stop me. So the books that I'm selecting this month have a sort of like nature theme. I like to choose books that are like the more vintage books that people don't necessarily get to see because obviously they're not new, right? So we don't exactly post them on Instagram very much, or at least really like properly feature them. So let's dive in. First is a book I really love having on my shelves. No idea where I got this. I tend to pick up really obscure vintage books from like library book sales or just wherever. Like I just sort of find them. I don't know. Or they find me. Dramatic music. But Nature Secrets is just a very cool book. I think the copyright says like 1933. Yes, it is 1933 by the University Society. And I'm going to show you the title page here. There's an incredible amount of like notes and things. It says discarded a lot, discarded from the Village Library, Farmington, Connecticut. Volume 2, there was clearly some sort of, I'm sorry, I'm not holding it very well. There's clearly some sort of thing here that's been ripped off, and here's this lovely little picture. Lovely little, what do you call this? I don't know. To protect the picture though. Nature Secrets Part 2, edited by G. Clyde Fisher, PhD. And it's got the library stamp on here with a discarded stamp, and I just adore that. I just think it's so cool and so unique, and that's why I love having these vintage books. Like, where do they come from? Who had these? Who read them? I just love that. It's kind of magical. Now, this book goes through different things like mammals, fish, insects, spiders, reptiles, amphibians, and naturalists, apparently. And what's interesting is that this book is completely marketed to boys, which is just an interesting little thing to note about a book this old. The title of the mammal section is literally mammals every boy should know. I just think that that's so funny and kind of charming in an old school way that it's like marketed to young little boys. Maybe Boy Scouts read this. I don't know. I'm making stuff up now, but I just love it. So I'm gonna do like a little flip through very carefully because this is quite old, but there are pictures and just cool, am I holding it okay? And just cool little things. And a little known fact about me is that I am a biology degree holder. I have a bachelor's in biology. And I wanted to be a wildlife biologist when I grew up. So books like this hold a special little place in my little naturalistic heart. And I really actually do want to sit down and read this properly one day. Next is a field guide to edible wild plants of Eastern and Central North America. Fairly certain that I stole this from my father's collection. Sorry, Dad. I tend to do that. And I don't think it's very old. It's from like 1970s-ish, but look how cute. Are you kidding? Can you see that? I hope you can see these when I'm doing it. So a big part of my degree and my interest in general for biology was plant sciences. So I did a lot of botany, a lot of ethnobotany. And so things like this I adore so, so much. My dream is to have like a little farm one day and be able to actually put all this to use. But for the meantime, I just stare at it longingly, you know? These books aren't always like the most practical, but I have actually attempted to use it in the field. I actually just, as I was saying that, magically it opened up to that. This is what I thought was probably yellow sweet clover, perhaps. And then there's another one in here somewhere where I did that. Battery's dying, we gotta swap it. Hold, please. Here's another one that I put in here. I don't remember what I thought this was because you can't tell it anymore. But I did manage to stay in the pages, so go past me. I really don't mind. I think it shows a book is well loved and well used, especially when it's supposed to be of like a more practical nature. There is that one, A Field Guide to Edible Wild Plants of Eastern and Central America. And look how cute, there's a ruler on the back. I just love it. Next up, I'm gonna completely tell you this, like, let's not BS each other. This is just a green book that I'm gonna put with the other ones because it matches and I'm nothing if not thematically inclined. So this is just The Collected Tales of A.E. Cobbard. It is just a book that I picked up for $1. So right there. probably at a library book sale when I was like a teenager or something. Never ever once have I read anything in this. I just tend to buy vintage books and then never read them. It's very weird, something I'm trying to fix this year. But this will just go with the others because it looks cute, you know? Like some books are like popular and like look good, you know? And this is one of those. Next is a book that I love. I have a small collection of this series from Life, the Nature Library. This one is The Forest, and that's sort of the first book that I picked out for this like month or few months cycle of coffee table books. I just adore them. I think they're so cool and I really want to read them this year. There's different ones like Eurasia, Africa, the mountains. There's a lot of them, but I only have like 6 or 7, and this one is going to go on the pile this month. This one is hard to hold because it's really big and the screen's only so big, but they're from the 60s, which is just an interesting time in environmental science and just perspective in general, because so many ideas were changing about how like our impact on the world. It's just an interesting time. It was like the middle of the road as far as, obviously it's not super modern, so there's a lot we didn't yet know, and it's not so old that it's going to be too far removed from the science we know now. So I'm excited to read these one day and kind of compare what we know about science, how it has changed, and probably some forgotten gems too. So let me attempt to give you like some sort of flip through. Let me see if I can figure this. Yeah, let's do it like this. Can you see it? So there's like big pictures, really cool thing. There's a thing about the sequoias in here in the back. I'll find it for you. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. This is taking me back to biology class and I do not miss it. I never like studying things on a micro scale like that. I never liked that. I'm more like, you know, I just like big things, like to know how they work and how they affect things. That's more my interest. So I don't miss the cells and stuff like that. That's for someone else, not me. Okay, I found the like big tree pictures I wanted to show you, but also like look at this. Okay, this is what I'm talking about as far as 1961 like science stuff that people were curious about. There's literally a section on the pygmies, so you're not gonna find that in most naturalistic books of today. I can tell you that right now. So it's just stuff like that that I think is really interesting. Here is one of the pictures. There's a few of the sequoias, the Bull Big Tree in Sequoia National Forest, shown with 86 people at its base, dude. 86 people. That's a lot. At the base of a tree, and it's named for the logger who saved it. Like, this is just crazy, you know? These are images that would be hard to find. Here, let me get you a good one. So here is a dude just straight chilling after cutting down this monster of a tree. Here you go. This whole series of books, there's a ton of them, I'm sure. Every now and then we'll find a few more and a few more, and we're kind of trying to like build on that collection, because these are the sort of books that I like, if I ever have kids, that I want them to flip through and that I want to flip through. I can guarantee you I'm going to learn a lot about biology and science in these sort of books than I would have in my biology major, and that's just an unfortunate fact, you know? Sometimes you do learn a lot from books. And next, because I need to fill out the table a little bit, I have another filler that's like kind of like on theme, you know, but is really just kind of being there to match the others. It is the new SelfSufficient Gardener. As I mentioned, I really want to have a garden one day, so we like to collect these sort of books so that we can hopefully have some mild general idea of what we're getting ourselves into when we hopefully eventually have a little bit of land of our own. So those are the books. We're going to pile them up on the coffee table. They're going to be beautifully arranged by yours truly, I hope. We don't have the fanciest coffee table in the world, you know? This is just a coffee table my husband has had since like college, I think, that he just picked up and we just never got rid of. It was in storage in one of our closets for ages, and only recently, like the last 6 months or so, did we take it back out. And I've been really enjoying just like showcasing some books on there now and again, books that otherwise are on our shelves, of course, but sometimes it's just nice to spotlight a few books now and again, give them a little extra love, a little extra attention, reminisce about where we got them, flip through them on occasion, and it's just a nice chance to get to experience some of our more vintage books or less read books. Hope you've enjoyed sort of getting a little look at just a few of the vintage and sort of weird, obscure books that we have. I'd love to hear what books you have for coffee tables, like what sort of topics you're interested in and the like. If you liked this video, do me a favor, give it a big thumbs up, drop me a comment below. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, but you like all things bookish, book reviews, book hauls, unhauls, TBRs, wrap-ups, all the good bookish stuff, then I am your girl. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.